What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Latanya Michelle, and I'm here for the first episode of Prove Magazine Live. I'm super excited because I have joined with me Mr. Calvin Richardson. You guys love him. You guys watch him. I have to be honest with you. Like, if you really pay attention to the celebrities and the artists out here, he's about one of the only ones who has staying power. You can, if you pay attention to his page, his fans love him. He's performing all the time, all over, not just in one state. The man is doing it. So it was very important for me to give you guys an opportunity to see his personality, to see his energy. He's more than just the cover of Prove magazine this month. He's a great, positive black man that we all could possibly learn from. So let me welcome Mr. Richardson to the sets. Hi, Mr. Richardson.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
How you doing?
I'm
I'm great.
amazing.
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes,
I'm
you
good.
are.
My energy is really good today, and I'm excited.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm happy to be here talking to you.
Good, good. Let me say this about you. First of all, let me ask you, how old are you? And I know you just had a birthday, but how old are you? Is that okay to
47.
ask? I mean, I could do the research and I could know, but I want you to tell me how old are you?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's out there, but I never run from that. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be where I am in my career, in my life. You know what I mean? So yeah. So 47.
Let me tell you something. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's your mama and your daddy. I don't know what it is that you just in a good energy and you have a good life, but you have a vibe about you, like your smile, the way that you carry yourself, like you make people want to know you and want to be around you. And these days, that's amazing. And I needed to give you that. So 46,
Ah,
47. It's listen, you wear it well. You wear it well. And I'm not saying that you're that because of your age or anything, but I wanted people to know your age, to know that even as you start to get up there, you don't have to stop your dopeness.
oh, hey, listen. I received all of that you said. It's kind words and all that stuff. But in a world that we live in, and I've been in the game for so long, it's the dopest part for me of overall is to be able to be myself. You know what I mean? I don't have to put on no air for nobody. I could just just do me, and it works for me. You know what I'm saying? My fans, they love me. I love my fans, and we have a great relationship. And you know, and I don't get caught up into nothing else other than the music, you know what I mean? Like, the message that I put in the music and, all of that comes together, it makes for a great life. I'm happy, all the way around because, I know a lot of people that does the same thing that I do and they don't have it like I got it. And I'm not saying, that's not to pat myself on the back or anything, but that's just to me to say that I have a great fan base. I have, the type of people that I speak to, the music that I make is very well received and is very well supported, and everything is good.
I love it. I love it. I got the opportunity to meet you and get your book. I think it was last year or so in Jonesboro, Georgia,
Right,
outside of
right.
Atlanta. So I
Hmm.
got to see your
Hmm.
energy and I got to see how you treat people. And that's significant. I mean,
Right,
your fan
right.
page alone shows the love and respect that your people have for you. So it says that speaks to your character too, because we don't continue to follow people who treats us like crap. So kudos to you.
Right, 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 right. Thank you. Thank you again.
Over 2 decades of being Calvin Richardson, how does it feel like to okay, you've been Calvin Richardson longer than that, but Calvin Richardson, the artist, we've known you for a little over 2 decades, and how does it feel to still hear people scream your name and buy your tickets and want to be a part of your music and all of that?
I mean, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. It took a lot of hard work. There was a time when I definitely longed to get it. like it is now. Um, just continue to build. But I mean, to have been in the game for so long and not having have had to change, you know what I'm saying? And just like I said, go back to what I said earlier, like to be able to be myself and to make the music that I want to make and don't have to necessarily dance to the beat of nobody else's drums. Like it's great. It's a wonderful place space to be in,
Has it
doing me
always
without them.
has it always been like that? Have you always
It's
had that
always
freedom?
well, I've always been me,
Okay.
but I haven't always had the freedom to, when you sign to major labels, which I was signed to Universal Records, I was signed to Uptown Records, uh, uh, Tommy Boy Records. So I went through that. I went through all of that, and so they, early on, they make a lot of decisions for the artists that come through their system.
Hmm.
You don't get a chance to make final decisions, I should say. But overall, what I'm saying, underlying and all of that right there, I never gave up who I was and who I am. Ultimately I still, I stuck to even if they wanted me to work with this producer or that producer, and a lot of that went on early on. And I would still be me, be myself. They were like, oh, sing it like this, sing it like that. We're like, okay. And they turn the mic on, I sing it like Calvin, you
The
know what
way
I
you
mean?
want
I
to
sing
do
it
it.
like I want to, yeah. And so, yeah, it hasn't always been this way, but at the end of the day, it's like that, and I'm like that. Like that's who I am. Like this is Calvin Richardson. It's what you get, what you see is what you get. What you hear is who I am, and that's pretty much Calvin Richardson in a nutshell.
So the key to staying power is to do you, to be who you are, pretty much.
Well, yeah, yeah. I wrote my book, and it says "Do you without them." So you have to figure out who you are, and once you figure out who you are, how do you continue to do you without you know, the influence,
Right.
of other people trying to tell you what they think you should be or how they think you should be and how they think you should do what it is that you do. And you know what I mean? Because once you give that up, you've given up your individuality. You become something that you don't really know. And a lot of people have to live with that for the rest of their life. They have to be something that they're not really, but if you figure out, like I said, how to do you without all of that, without all of those people, and sometimes it'll take you a little longer to get where it is that you want to go, but that's fine because ultimately the goal is to get where you want to be. It's not how fast you get there. It's the point is to get there because if you take the slow road, that's the for sure road. That road will keep you there for a long time.
Go ahead. You ever thought about
Yeah.
being a speaker too, like motivational, inspirational speaker?
Nah, not really. Not
You
really.
wouldn't.
Not
You
really.
wouldn't have time anyway. So it's not like
That's yeah.
you wouldn't have time.
Time is a delicacy these days. I don't have much of it.
I bet. I bet.
Yeah, yeah,
So do you like? Have you had? Okay, COVID happened and it
right.
stopped so many people.
It did.
We're going through some stuff now, but it doesn't
Right.
seem like you stopped. Like,
Well, I'll say this. So like when the world, so to speak, kind of shut down, I shut down with it. I had to because you couldn't get into venues. They wouldn't allow you to go into venues to perform for more than 50 people and stuff like that. And so for 6 months straight, like I sat at home with my family and wondered what life was going to be like for me as an artist, for other artists out there that couldn't get out and you know perform for their fans, like to feed the relationship that has been built. I did some social media stuff, but on August the 29th, um, what was it, last year, I went back to work, and that was my first show, right? I took a show, and I went out and I did that show. And that show, it was outside, and the show was sold out. I'm like, well, there was a bunch of people because they was like really ready to get out, and they hadn't seen me in like 6 months. And from that point on, like literally, like I'm booked all the way from then all the way to like September next year, I think I don't have any dates available. Like it's crazy. Like every weekend, I was happy to be off this past weekend for the holidays, well for Christmas anyhow. I was able this I think this is my first year of being able to spend Christmas with my family in years.
Wow.
But um I was able to take it off and block everything out around it and not do nothing. But I'm getting ready to go back out, and I have 2 to 3 shows a weekend every week. It's crazy, and so the phone don't stop ringing for some reason. And I think, like I said, a lot of it, I just just I gotta, give it to the fact that, I'm just doing me, and who I am is who I am, and I'm happy with the space that I'm in, and I'm happy with the message that I'm able to give to the people, and the fact that what makes me most happy is that they receive it, you know.
So, do you contribute any of that? Like, do you have a relationship with God? Do you meditate? What does Calvin do to to keep Calvin Calvin?
Well, absolutely. I have a very spiritual background. You know what I mean? I stay connected to the Most High. I pray a lot. You know what I mean? And I think to myself a lot, which is for me is it's meditation. It's connecting um, with the energy of the universe. I think what I mean, and just staying tuned into it. And it's very cleansing for me, and it's very therapeutic for me. Like music is therapeutic for me, and being able to connect with people is another form of therapy for me. But yeah, that's what I do. You know, that's what I do.
I love it. You know, I don't know how you have time to be in the studio making your music, but you're doing something that a lot of celebrities or artists long for, to be on the road, because that's how you make your money, on the
Right,
road
right.
and everything and stuff. So it's like, how, in your opinion, is this where you want to be, on the road more, or how, or would you prefer to be in the studio? How does that work?
I think there's a balance.
Okay.
There really is. It's a balance because what I love to do, what I always loved to do, was to sing, to be able to perform. And then like I said, now that I have such a huge fan base, I love connecting with my fans. But at the same time, the connection point where we, what I'm saying, like the meeting place was the music. You know what I'm saying? Like um that's how they got to know me. What I mean? That's how they got to know about me, was the fact that when I get in the studio, these songs that I write about, the messages that's in the music, the situations that I write about, that a lot of people go through, and I try to stay close to that. What I mean? If there's a secret to my sauce, what I mean, it's staying connected to what people go through on a day-to-day basis. And because that's who I am. I'm an everyday person, every day, whatever. What I'm saying? So I try to not um lose my being grounded, and because I still go through things just like everybody else does. And so yeah, I think that's being in the studio. Like it's like I s- it's a balance. It's a balance, because like every day, like I don't have to be in the studio to create and write,
I forgot
because
it.
I never really sit.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I never really sit down with the pen and jot down ideas. I just get on the mic, and whatever's in my head, whatever I'm going through at that particular time, or whatever I'm inspired by, I can get on the microphone and kind of lay it out to music. And so it's I don't know, like it's funny. Like I said, it's a balance. I don't know which one I love the most, because just being able to be creative, um, it's a big part of me being able to go out and perform as well.
You know what's interesting about your fans? You would think that they would be all women, but you got men loving you, going crazy on your page too. Like, it's like a
Yeah,
respect thing.
yeah,
Like, yo, that's my dog, that's my boy. Like, they really, really know you. And I'll
yeah.
be like, I wonder how many people really, really know him. But that's, if you
No,
go to
hey,
the
those
stage,
those
that's
my
what you
people.
see. Uh-huh.
Those my people. Those my people. There. A lot of them, I don't necessarily know them, but we feel like we know each other.
Right.
We really do, and and I treat them like that. Um, I be up late night sometimes. On there, communicating with my people. And um, yeah, like I said, it's a whole relationship that I have with the dudes and with the ladies, because early on, I had situations with guys where they were a little standoffish when it came down to me and my performances and me being in the building and their lady. They could be. I met a lot of ladies that come up to me and they have came up to me in different conversations, tell me that their boyfriend would be the one that introduced them to my music. But
Right.
once they grabbed onto it and they started loving it, the guys they was like, why you listening to that so much? Why you? Because I don't know, but then once they understood that, I'm not thinking forward when I make music. You know what I mean? I'm speaking backwards.
Right.
Things that I went through, things
Went
that I
through.
saw. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's not like I'm not trying to right. I'm not interested in
Your
what
woman,
they
I've
have
been
or
there
what
and done
somebody else
that.
got. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I'm only right. Yeah, yeah. I'm only interested in my life and delivering a message that could help them both. You know what I mean? And come through situations that I've been through already. And so once they, and sooner or later, at some point, it started turning. The table started turning. Like, cause guys was already loving the music, and they was introducing them to it. But then, they got comfortable with the fact that, this guy just doing him. I don't hang around. I ain't trying to pick nobody up. I ain't trying to do none of that. I'm gone. I do my thing. I'm gonna meet with my. Well, before COVID came along, I would do. I stay all night till they turn the lights on. Taking pictures and
Right.
conversating. But now, what I'm saying, I have to be gone. But I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. There be guys out there coming to the front of the stage, fighting their way through the dap, give me a dap or whatever, a handshake. It's real cool. It's real cool.
Calvin Richardson is Calvin Richardson. Calvin Richardson has got to be one of the best dressed men out there, period. Not artist, not celebrity, period. Everybody on Instagram is doing their things with they dressing, the men is rocking their suits and loving who they are. Like they taking pride in who they are again. And Calvin Richardson is on top of that list. Like you put your clothes on, but when you put them on, you turn into Superman, a Super Calvin, or whatever. However, you wear your clothes. I mean, you wear your clothes. Like that's the
I think it's important.
go ahead.
I think it's important, to take pride in you. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I think it's important to to take pride in what you look like when when you step out, and when you present yourself to the people that that pay the good money to see you. But for me, look, I always love putting clothes on. It's always been something that I grew up around. I seen my dad do it, my grandfather doing it, the hats and all that stuff. That's my grandfather. I mean, what I'm saying, I just I used to wear his hats, pop his hats on, and he used to be kind of cool with it, and I thought I looked kind of cool with it as well. So I just kind of kept it, and so but like you said, there are a lot of guys out there that's dressing. I think it's important because they got away from it for a minute.
Right. They
And I'm like,
did.
man, like, every time I show up, like, I'm gonna show up for real. Yeah, I'm gonna show up for real. And I think it makes a difference. You gotta, um, you can't be a leader if there's no one following you. You know what I mean? So you gotta always act like there's somebody watching you because there's always somebody watching you, even when you're not, when you think they're not. When you think no one's looking, they still looking. Somebody's watching you. So, I just try to be an example. And so, those guys out there that, like to dress and, if you don't know how to dress and you wouldn't know how to put this color with that and what kind of shoes you rock, what kind of jacket you rock, a tie, no tie, sneakers, dress shoes, whatever. You could just be you, be free. You know, that's what I
So
do.
so do you dress yourself or do you have a stylist? Or both?
Well, no, I went through a couple of stylists, but now, for the last year or so, it's just been me, going, um, ordering clothes and, going to my tailor, having different things made or whatever, and just expressing myself. So and it's been working for me. If I
It's
fall on my face, then I'll go out and get me a stylist again. But
it seems
I,
like it would be hard for you to have a stylist because it seems like you have your own style, and that would just be one of the things where no, I'm not wearing that. Forget it. I want it this way. You just seem like because you take so much pride. Like people put on clothes, but it's just I don't know. It's just
it
what
started out like that.
yeah. You it's obvious that you
Yeah,
know
that's a
who
that's a
you
that's
are.
quite an astute observation. Yes, I know exactly who I am, and I started out like when my stylist that worked with me for like 3 years. Every time he would bring me a couple different things, and he'd be nervous about. I got this. We can do this, or we can do that, and I'd be like, nah, I ain't feeling this. I ain't feeling that, because he'd be putting things together. Then I thought about, I'm like, man, look, I hired this guy to do a job, and I'm doing him a disservice because he can't grow if I don't let him, do his job. So I told him, I was like, you know what? Um, Whatever you come to the table with, what you think, I'll be your pallet. You know what I'm saying? You just, I'm gonna give you the freedom to do what you do, and I'm gonna do the rest. I'm gonna, even if I ain't feeling it, I'm gonna make people think that I'm feeling it. It's not about what you wear. It's how you wear
It's
it
how you
sometimes.
wear
You know
it.
what I'm saying? The confidence that you have with it. Yeah. It ain't what you wear, it's how you wear it. And so, I embraced that, and I got out of his way, and then he was able to do his thing. And, that's how, we started taking the fashion, start getting attention with the fashion and stuff like that. But then, he hasn't been with me now for like a couple of years. But, like I said, about the last year or so, it's been me, what I'm saying, just
You
doing
doing
me. And that's because I know who I am, like you said. And yeah, and I know, so most times I don't know. I have no idea. Like this weekend, I'll be in Oklahoma City. I just, I don't know. I'm gonna fly out tomorrow, but I'm gonna get in my closet tonight, and I'll be like, hey, speak to me,
whatever.
clothes. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I start taking this out, and it was taking that out and laying out. I'm like, nah, and it always comes together, So I don't really stress about it, because it is what it is. You can't take life, can't take yourself too serious. But you know what I'm saying? Clothes is clothes. It's just an expression of who you are. Since I know so well about who I am, different things that I buy, I just know that that's a Calvin piece.
That's
That's
you.
that I have made. That's a Calvin piece. And it works for me. You just put the stuff together. And it works out.
Do you wear something twice?
Never. No.
Why did I know that answer? Are you serious?
No.
So
No.
after
No.
you
I don't.
wear, what do you do with these clothes?
I know, I know. I got so many clothes. My attic is full. I got a warehouse that's full. Like I don't know. It's just crazy that
You need to start a nonprofit for young boys, and you give them your
I
clothes.
know, I
The
know.
cat.
But
Wow.
I I prided myself on that because when I started doing the dressing thing and all that stuff and like kind of making it a thing out there, I said you'll never see me wear the same thing twice. I put it, you'll never see me wear the same thing twice. And they still waiting after 4, 5, 6 years to see me in something that I wore one time before. Maybe I had, I may do it because I had,
Right.
maybe that. But
Right.
a fit, no, it's over. You retire that, you put it
Wow.
in the museum, it's over. Yeah,
Wow. That listen,
yeah.
I knew that. I don't know why, but I'm like, yeah, he ain't never wore that. Listen, it's
Nah,
obvious.
nah, nah.
Your
Yeah.
favorite cologne.
Jean Paul Gaultier. That's
Ooh.
my favorite. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. You
I've
just
been
look
rocking with it
like
for years.
you because of the way you look, you just look like you have to smell good. Like if you don't smell good, it's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah, well, that's hey, John Paul. It's a great smelling cologne. I've been with it for a long time, for a long time. You
So
know,
do, is that your signature spray, or do you switch it up depending on what you're wearing or what?
uh, I've tried a couple different things, but it's my old faithful. That's how I always go back to it. I always go back to it. Because different things. They present themselves different on different people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
What it smells like.
Chemistry.
So
Right.
the body chemistry and stuff like that. So, um, I could be in the same room with the person that are sitting next to this a person that has on the same thing that I have on, and we smell totally different.
Totally different.
So,
So
yeah.
when you get this big contract with them, can I get a percentage of it? I mean, because we gonna like make sure they know that's what you wear and everything. And when they
That's right. You
you're
may,
brand
yeah,
ambassador,
yeah.
I'm gonna need a percentage, okay?
I got you. I got you. I got you. We got that. No doubt.
I needed for the people to see your energy. I needed them to see that you was just a real person, because I think we often forget that
Yeah.
because, we see you guys, we see all these celebrities on a normal basis and we'll speak really, if something bad happens, we speak on it, but we don't speak on the good stuff. And I'm trying to change
Right.
that. I think that's very
Right.
important.
Right.
Um,
Right.
how does your family deal with you always on the road? How are
Well,
you still able to be daddy and wife and husband and all of that?
you know, um, I mean, I think they've gotten to the point where I'm just not going. They accept who I am, like in my mission. You know what I mean? Because I'm not. I feel like I'm ordained to be the person that gets out here to help. I'm not gonna say I mend broken hearts because that's not my job, but you know what I'm saying. I can facilitate the healing to
The
where it
healing.
starts and where it
Yes.
can end. Yeah, I could be a big
Yes.
part of that. And there's
I
so many
believe in
people
that.
out here that need that.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so many people out here that need that. And so if I am the deliverer or the messenger for their healing. I'd be doing the world a disservice if they held me back or they pulled me back or I didn't do my job. I didn't do what I was born to do. And so I think they definitely have come to the conclusion that I'm living in my purpose, and they really don't try to get in the way of that. Everybody can be a little selfish sometimes, but like, oh, can't you just not go this weekend, or can you
Right.
be off this? We want to do this, or we want to
Right.
go to wherever, and I have to stay my course, and it's tough. You know what I'm saying? But I spend the time with my family when I have time to spend with my family. You know what I'm saying? And I do my job when it's time for me to do my job. You know what I mean? So, um, if you can call it a job, you know what I'm saying? I be where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. I put it like that. And I'm all in on both sides of the fence. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
The Prince of Soul.
Balance. Balance.
Okay. You do it
Yeah.
well. The Prince of Soul.
Thank you.
That title. What do you think about that title, the Prince of Soul? Because that's what they call you.
That's what they call me. I mean, you're in the beginning when it first came about, and then they dubbed me the Prince of Soul. Some writer that did a interview about one of my albums, probably about 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. They dubbed me the new Prince of Soul. And I was like, man, like, for me, for one, like, I just want to be Calvin Richardson. I just want to be known for the things that I do. Not, I don't like living up to no titles, saying I'm the king of this, I'm the best at this, I'm the, saying like the people gonna speak for themselves. But if you run around saying that you got the best this, or you got the best that, maybe you really don't. But when other people say it about you, then that's confirmation that yeah, maybe you are. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then I didn't even know that. I grew up listening to Sam Cooke, Bobby Womack, Al Green, these greats. You know, um, um, Marvin Gaye. They used to call Marvin Gaye the Princess. So I didn't even know that till after they started calling me that, and then I kind of embraced it. And then maybe like I don't know,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7 years ago, I was doing some research, listening to some interviews with Marvin Gaye, and they used to call him the Prince of Soul. And I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? Are they comparing me? Are they putting me in the same conversation, basically, that he was in? Like he was one of the greatest ever to live. You know what I mean? He's a legend, and nobody ever be able to erase that or replace that. And I feel like um, just to be, kind of put in a category, just title wise. You feel what I'm saying? Because I would never compare myself to any of those guys, but
Right.
um, just title wise, like I embrace it because
Right.
I am today's keeper of yesterday's soul music. That's who Calvin Richardson is. I'm gonna keep
Yes.
it. That's my
Yeah.
job, and so hey, I'm on it.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know which category to put you in. Like it's like urban soul, it's neo soul, it's southern soul. Like you have your own category. Like you
There you
like
go. Yeah.
I don't even know how to express it, but when I hear you sing, it's just like, you know, way back in the day, you kind of fit in maybe a neo soul, but the you now, it's like a, oh,
Yeah.
just, it's, and it makes you feel good, and it makes you like, the energy is everything about your music, and that's why I'm a big fan of yours. You know,
Right, 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 right. And
it's like, I'm originally from Arkansas, and but I've lived all over the world because of the military and stuff like that. But it's something about
right.
listening to your music gives me a comfort of home. It gives me a comfort of love. It gives me a, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's you got your own genre to me.
Man, yeah, wow. That's crazy that you would say that because that's how I feel. Because I did so much work um resisting the powers that be that try to make me like something else, that try to push me in a direction to be something that I'm not. And all the time I just wanted to be me. You know what I mean? I think with me holding out and sticking to my guns, and the way that I sing, the way that I put my stories together, the way that I perform, all of that stuff, like, what I'm saying, I kind of created my own little niche, my own category of music, because when I started out, like you said, in the beginning, um, I was around when they came up with that neo soul, when Angie Stone, what I'm saying, all those people,
Right.
Chico DeBarge, all of us was out there, Erica Badu, all of that stuff. I was there. I was back, you know what I mean? I was, country boy. And
Right.
then it just kept evolving, and then neo soul kind of went away. Like that's why I never really liked, what I'm saying, those type of titles. Like I'm a singer. I'm just Calvin. And I'm fortunate. I'm fortunate. I really am fortunate to have created. I feel like I created my own genre, and but now I see a whole lot of people out there that's trying to fall in that genre. They singing my
Oh, of
stuff, what I'm
course.
saying, younger
Right.
artists, you know what I mean? Yeah, they TikToking, they doing all this, and you know what I mean? They back on some stuff that I did 20 years ago, you know what I mean? And catching up to the stuff that I did today, Can't Let Go, Treat Her Right, all those songs, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep on pushing. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Never a curse. It's a blessing to be in a position where you matter, and you're giving the world something that otherwise, that they need, you know what I mean? And they coming for it. They coming to you for it. They can't go to somebody else to get Calvin Richardson. They can put as many people as they want on the show over there, and they could do well. You know what I'm saying? But if I was supposed to be on that show and they take me off that show and people go over there and they're looking for me, I'm gonna be missing. Trust me when I tell you, it's not gonna be the same.
It's not going
It's
to be
just
the
not
same.
gonna be the same.
Listen,
It's not gonna be the same.
my business partner is doing a concert in Augusta, Georgia, February 12th, 13th. Right, it's Valentine's around there, and I'm in Atlanta, so that's like an hour and a
Right,
half.
right,
And you're on the ticket. And as
right.
soon as I seen it, it's you, Leela James. I don't even know. See, that shows I don't even know who the third person is. But as soon as I seen it,
Right.
I called him. I
Raheem
said,
Devon.
"Yo," I said, "I'm sponsoring a bus trip, so I'm bringing people down because we need to hear Calvin live, and stuff." And he was like, "Are you serious?" And I
Right.
was like, "Yes." I said, "Yes, we're
Yeah.
there."
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that everything goes
Right.
through and COVID doesn't get in the way because I've never seen you
I
perform
hope. I
live.
hope. Oh, okay. Well, hey, you're
Yeah.
in for it then. The Calvin Richardson experience. That's what that's called. That's called the Calvin Richardson experience. It's one thing to listen to my songs and what I'm saying, we connect. What I'm saying, spiritually, musically, on whatever level we connect on, just based on the vibe of the music or whatever. But to be in the room, you know what I
Right.
mean? It's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother thing because I'm 100% committed, 150% committed. All from the time that I walk on the stage to the time that I walk out the door. You know what I mean?
I love it.
And it's a nice distance from the time I get off my vehicle, walk in the building, to the stage, perform, get off the stage, go through everybody I got to go through to get back out of the building on the vehicle and back to where I'm going. It's a whole experience. There are a lot going on, and I'm 100% committed all the way.
I love it. I love it. I'll be reaching out to your manager because I'm trying to make it so the 40 people that I bring
Okay.
down there, maybe we can do a meet and greet before the concert. But I'll work it out. I don't want to bug you right now. Just
Yeah.
remember me. Just remember when he come to you and say, Latanya
Okay.
Michelle,
I got you.
it's me.
Yeah,
Quick
he'll make me
question.
know. I got you. I got you
Thank
though.
you. Quick questions, real quick, before I let you go, because I know you have a busy schedule. What's your favorite food?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, soul food.
Okay.
It's soul food. That grandma's cooking. You know what I'm saying, and that type of stuff. That whatever you harken back to. There's so many different things that fall into that, and there's not a lot of places that you can go and get soul food. It's kind of like Calvin Richardson. There's not a lot of places you can go and get that. You got to
They've
come,
lost it.
certain places where you can get Calvin Richardson. Yeah, so it's my favorite to this day. I love steak. I'm a steak connoisseur.
Okay.
I feel like, yeah, but that's not necessarily, that's not soul food. You know what I'm saying? It makes me, it makes me happy when I get it. You know what I mean? And I eat probably more than I should of it because I really love it. But yeah, soul food is always gonna be at the top of the list.
Do you have a favorite dessert?
Strawberry shortcake.
Really? I thought you was gonna say German chocolate cake or banana pudding. I don't know why I thought. See, I be thinking I
Banana
know
pudding
you.
is second. Banana pudding is
See,
second.
I'm
Banana pudding is
close.
second. Yeah, yeah. Banana pudding is second. But chocolate, stuff like you know what I'm saying. I try to, I don't know, try to stay away from. I love it, but I'm a strawberry shortcake type of guy, and I don't even eat that much. I had a pop up birthday party down in Atlanta a couple of weeks ago, and I had this big cake, um, strawberry cake made. I think I might have got one slice out of it, and that was it. And it was a very thin slice. Sometimes a lot of times in life you gotta treat yourself, but then again, what I'm saying, maybe if you're doing something that don't necessarily go with what you're trying, your overall goal is, you're beating yourself. So I'll be like, I take it in small doses now. Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
yeah,
A message to Black men out there. Since Proof Magazine is a magazine that caters to Black women, I mean, I'm sorry, Black men, a Black woman's proof that positive Black men exist. Can you give
right.
my readers, my listeners, a message mainly to the Black men?
Oh man, like yeah, no doubt. I think that my message to all the Black men out there is, again, from and I hate to keep going back to something that I said or something that I wrote, but you gotta that we are a very strong group individual of individuals being a Black man. You know what I'm saying? And I think the message that we give to people is based on how we live before people. You know what I mean? Whoever you are to people, that's you teaching them how to be to the next person. You know what I'm saying? And so there are a lot of young people that look up to me, to you as a man, our children, our girlfriends, our wives, our sisters, our mothers. They look to us to be that strong Black male figure, and our job is not to let them down. So always remember
Oof.
that is whatever you do is not just for you; it's for the people that are watching you. And if you take that, you can go anywhere.
Man, thank you for
Yes,
that. Thank you for that. That
I
was
thank
that was
you.
that was deep. That was deep. That was
Thank
so
you.
simple but so deep.
Yeah, no
How
doubt,
do I
no doubt.
how can I possibly forget this part? Let me love on you. I'm in love with that song. I'm in
Let
love
me
with that
love on
song.
you. Yeah.
I'm in love
Okay.
with that
Okay.
song.
Cool.
Um, are we expecting what's up with Gold Dust?
I think Gold Dust. Gold Dust has been great for me, and Gold Dust is doing really well out there, and but I think I ran the course of singles, that I chose to put out there off of Gold Dust, and of course there are a lot more singles. I could have went deeper into the album; it was deep with singles, but it's time for new music. I think, because people had it now for 2, 3 years,
Mhm.
and it's time for new music, and um, I've been so busy on the road that I just haven't taken the time to get in the studio and really focus on um, what the next project is gonna be. The theme of the next project. where where I'm really gonna go. What thoughts am I gonna put in line to deliver to the people? But Gold Dust, for me is one of my top two albums ever that I put out. I got 8 out there right now. So
What's the other one? You said
I
top
think
two.
yeah, I did say top two. Number one for me
Uh-huh.
was Country Boy because it was my very
The
first
first.
album.
Yeah.
It was my very first album, and so there's a lot of people that didn't get a chance to, that wasn't exposed to the work that was there, and your first time out the gate, what I'm saying, it's always going to be near and dear to my heart. Like, I'm not saying that it has better material on it than the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh album. But I'm just saying, like, since it was my very first one, my foot through the door in the industry, where the world got a chance to hear who Calvin Richardson is, and to get an idea of where I was going. And if everybody thought that I was going to be sticking to my guns and 20 years later I'll still be putting out that type of music, then they were right. But if they thought that I was going to change and be gone, 5 years ago, 15 years ago, 8 years ago, hey, they were wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm still here, and I look forward to making more music that makes the world a better place.
I just
A
love
better
your
space.
spirit. I absolutely love your spirit. Like, I was
Thank
already
you.
a fan. I was committed to keeping what I started a while ago. But
Right.
just talking to you again, it's just like, yeah, I'm definitely a true fan. I cannot wait to hear you live. You know,
Thank you.
I'm excited, and I'm excited for what's up for you. Like, you
Thank you.
can't do
Thank you.
nothing
Thank you.
but go upwards because you just love naturally, and it's not just about you; it's about you and your people, and that's what's important. So, kudos to
Right.
you. Kudos to
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Um, Keep rising, and I thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for your time because I know your time is very limited. So I thank you,
No
and I
problem.
appreciate you. And anything that I could do for you, please just let me know.
I will. Thank you so much.
Be safe out there on the road and wear that mask. And don't let them women all up in your face, without their mask. You know?
All right. All right. All right.
Thanks
Thank
a
you so
lot.
much. You stay safe too. All right. Take care.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.